同学们好 Welcome. It is class 14. It is the 1st of November. I hope you had a happy Halloween. It was really quiet here. We didn't get any trick-or-treaters. But anyway, autumn is coming. So today we're going to we're going to keep going through the second section. What the movements we're doing today are all repeats. So last week we did diagonal flying. So this week we'll be doing raise hands, white crane, brush knee, and then next week we'll do needlet C bottom. So it's mostly repeats, so it'll allow us to consolidate what we did in the last couple of weeks. So let us start with our fundamental practice and warm up. So we'll start with standing practice, and since we'll be doing raise hands today, we'll do the second part of our standing practice as an empty stance. But let's just start here. And so the first thing I just wanted to work on is get the shoulders open. So start with your arms down here and sort of extend your hands away from your shoulders, and then extend the elbows so that you sort of get this round feeling. So you start with the arms out and then extend the elbows away and keep a nice circle. So with that, arms are up, bend the knees, and let's do standing practice. So feel your palms extending away from your chest as much as you can, and at the same time the elbows extend out to the side to give you a nice circle. Attend to your breathing. As you breathe in, does your belly expand? As you breathe out, does your abdomen contract? So getting good breathing is in standing practice and in the form is why we do this. And our posture improves our breathing. So let's do the posture checks. Feel your head lifting up. Feel your head suspended and everything else sinking down. Feel the shoulders sinking. Feel the elbows dropping. So your palms are in front of your chest, elbows are down a bit. You have this feeling of roundness. As your elbows extend away from your spine, your chest will absorb, your back will be rounded. And relax the waist. So feel your hips dropping straight down, your lumbar spine is extending, opening, and loosening, so not scooped in. And just feel everything opening, loosening, extending, and expanding. So let's do a couple of empty stances. So shift your weight to one side, open your foot. Heel touch, the first one. So you're touching with the full heel, and open your chest to the corner, but you're looking to the front. So you should be able to move your chest to the corner direction while your head is looking straight forward. Check your weight distribution. So 70% on the back. So your hips are over the back foot. Weight even front and back. 70% on the back foot, and then the front foot just the heel. Feel your head lifting up, shoulders sinking, elbows dropping. Expanding the elbows away, absorb the chest, relax the waist, feel your hips dropping down. This is quite hard work because we've now got 70% on that leg, so let's just change to the other side. Shift to the other side again. We'll do an empty stance, heel touch. Open your chest to the corner, but your nose is in the same direction as your front foot. Head up, shoulders sinking, elbows dropping. Relax the waist. Absorb the chest. Make sure that to get the 30% on the front foot, you're tipping forward at the hips. So not your spine tipping, but the joint between your thigh bones and your hips are allowing the whole torso to come forward so that you can get 30% on that front foot. Good. So we'll do a minute here, so 10 more seconds. Breathe, and let's change and do the other empty stance. So now you're going to touch with the ball, and this time keep your chest square to the front. And again, you should be able to move your chest without moving your hips, but now your chest is square. Again, you're tilting forward at the hips to get 30% on the front foot, on the ball of the foot, but your hips are over the back foot. So head up, shoulder sinking, drop the waist, relax the waist, and extend the elbows away slightly round your back. Check your breathing. You do a little bit of this every day along with your daily practice. Gradually, you'll strengthen the back leg. So change feet, change to the other side, shift over, ball touch, empty stance. Remember, center line to sides. So you should be able to adjust your chest so that it's square to the front, so your nose and your hands are going in the same direction. 30% on the ball of the front foot. You get that by tilting. Make sure your hips are over the back foot. Don't bring your hips forward. Head up. Feel your head expanding up and your shoulders sinking down. And now the spine. Feel your elbows extending away, opening your back left, right. And your hips dropping down, relaxing the waist, opening your spine up and down. So raise the head and breathe. Good. So let's come forward and do a few little warm-ups. Just stand with your legs apart and just gently rotate your hips. Actually, if 3 of us did the optional warm-ups beforehand, you're always welcome to join me for that. But some people, sometimes there isn't time, so I'll do a little warm-up in the class as well. So we've warmed up our hip joints. Now stop, bend your knees so that your hips don't move, and just turn your chest from side to side to start warming up your lower back. So it's your chest that's turning, the arms just come along for the ride. And if you want, you can start as you start warming up, do bigger movements. Okay. Now let's do the shoulders. So let's just bend the knees and open the shoulders a little bit, open them horizontally. And then once we've done that, we'll open them vertically. So let's do this. And next we'll be doing our hip openers and a little bit of waist practice. So if you want to use a chair, pull up a chair or sit in the chair and stop. So I'll use a chair today. So the first thing we'll do is we'll do our hip openers, and we actually did the exercise, the movement last week. One of the reasons we practice hip openers, which is diagonal flying, because it helps when your hips are open. So let's begin. So open, and we'll do 5 on each side. 3, 4, 5, and then go to the other side. And really think about your groins opening as you do this. 3, 4, 5, In a way, what we're doing here is we're training our body to know what to do to open our hips while we're supported on one leg, which is what we do when we do diagonal flying. So it's not just strength, it's not just flexibility, it's also training our muscles. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now let's do a couple of waist exercises. You can sit on a chair if you want. You can just bend your knees so that your hips don't move around too much. That's just as good. So we're going to sit or stand with our arms in front, and we're going to just turn from side to side. I'm going to imagine that you're mirroring, so let's start off to the left. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. And let's do the chest forward and back. The hands don't move, the chest comes out and goes back. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. And now we're going to go side to side. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. That's looking really good. Let's do the horizontal one again. 1, 1, 2, 2. Shoulders sinking, elbows dropping. 3, 4. Let's keep going and do 8. 5. Head up. 6. Absorb the chest. 7. Relax the waist. And 8. And stop. Good. So hopefully we're nice and warm and loosened up. So let's do the second section from the beginning of the second section to the end of diagonal flying, which is where we got to last week. And if there are any questions about that, or actually about the first section or any other movement, let's talk about it. And if not, we'll do some more review. So I will go in the same direction as you. I will use my red flag to show that that is the front for me, so that I sort of stay in sync. So if you're facing the screen, I'm also facing the screen. We're in cross hands at the beginning of the second section. The first time through, I'll just call the movements without any cues. Embrace tiger, return to the mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Transition to fist under elbow. Fist under elbow. Step back, repulse monkey. 1, 2, 3. Diagonal flying. And stop. Okay. Are there any questions or any movements that you would like to just review or dig into a little bit? Okay. Not hearing any now, and you can always do it again later. So let's actually just break that up into 2 parts, and we'll do The Embrace Tiger, we'll do it a few times, and I'll call a few reminders as we practice it. We'll do it a few times just to see if there's anything that you want to fine tune, and then we'll do fist under elbow, repulse monkey. Then we'll do diagonal flying. So we're in cross hands. So again, I'll start in the same direction as you. I'll turn around the other direction next. So embrace tiger, turn to the mountain, starting in cross hands. Shift your weight slightly to the right. Pivot on the left heel, left toe more than corner, less than straight. Sit your weight back onto the left foot. Pick up the right heel, ball, toe, step out. Heel, ball, toe, and pushing out. Roll back, start shifting back your weight as the arms move. Keep shifting back your weight, and then turn to that corner. Press, turn the hips, shift your weight forward. You went from an empty stance to a bow stance. Press, again, shift your weight back as the hands come back. Shift your weight forward as the weight comes forward. Let's do that again. We're in cross hands. Check in cross hands that your arms are crossed sort of a third of the way down the forearm, not crossed at the wrists. Okay, embrace tiger. Shift your weight. Hands don't change as your left foot pivots. Now, as you shift your weight back, drop the right elbow, right palm goes out. The left palm circles down, right circles up. Press down as you touch with the heel, then brush as the foot flattens and push as the knee bends. Roll back. Start shifting back your weight. Rotate the left arm. Lift the right arm in front of your shoulder. Keep shifting back. Connect out with the right forearm. Left arm, fingertips to the right forearm center, and then do the roll back. Arms don't change. Press. Rotating both arms as you turn your chest in the direction towards the direction of your front foot, and pressing out. Push. Flatten the palms, square your chest to the direction of the front foot. Sit back, palms vertical at the back, make a circle, pushing up and out. Transition to fist under elbow. Sit back your weight, flatten the palm. Now separate the arms, pull with the left as the right foot pivots, right foot goes to the front. Arms go to the corner. Now arms come back in front of your chest, pushing out to the side. You're looking to the side, left fingertips to right forearm center. Now, fist under elbow, step out, circle, shift your weight back, shift your weight forward onto the heel, and punch. Let's do that again. And so we'll start, actually I will say the front is here, and we've done cross hands. We've done embrace tiger, return to the mountain. So we're embrace tiger, we're towards the back right corner in a bow stance. So we've done embrace tiger, return to the mountain. We're in push. And we're going to go into fist under elbow. So we're in push towards almost the back right corner. So sit back your weight, flatten the palms. As you start separating the arms, pivot the right foot. The right foot comes to the front as the left arm goes to the corner. Now sitting your weight back, press down in front of your chest, pressing out. You've got a palm energy point to the right. Now, fist under elbow, pick up the left foot, step out, center line to side to the corner. Shift your weight forward, connect with the left arm. As the right foot comes around, rotate the left arm. Right arm still doesn't change. Shift your weight back onto the right, pull down with the left. Change the footwork, then lift with the left, punch under with the right. Let's do that again. So we're in push at the end of embrace tiger, return to the mountain. Sit back, weight. Flatten the palms. Your chest is turning. Your chest turn is leading the arms. Foot to the front. Now your arms, your chest comes back. The arms follow the body turn of the chest. pushing out, looking to the right. Now step center line to sides, you're looking towards the corner, connect out with the right hand. Shift your weight onto the right as you pull down and around with the left. Heel touch, lift with the left, punch under with the right. Check that your left and right hands are either side of the center line. Your fist is punching almost slightly forward of the side, and it's in front of the center of your chest. Now, keep going. We'll do step back repulse monkey. Shift back your weight, start rotating your arms. Step back, toe touch, arm out, foot flat, arm in, pull with the left, strike out with the right. Number 2, shift back your weight, start rotating your arms. Swing the left arm out, toe touch, bring the left arm in, foot flat. Now, pushing with the left heel, pull with the right hand, strike out. Pull with the right hand, strike with the left. Number 3, shift your weight back, rotate, toe touch, arm out, foot flat, arm in, pull as your weight shifts back. Okay, I'll change my direction. So we've done fist under elbow. We're going to go backwards from here. And let's focus on the weight shift. So we're in fist under elbow, empty stance, heel touch. Shift back the weight. Step back, step center line to sides, toe, ball, heel. Now, shift weight back, 70% on the left, heel touch with the right. Shift weight back, pick up the right foot, toe, ball, heel. You've still got most of your weight on the front. Now as you shift your weight back with the heel touch on the left foot, you're shifting to the back. Number 3, step back, toe touch, flatten the back foot, but keep your front leg bent. Now push with the front leg, weight onto the back leg, and we're ready to go into diagonal flying. So let's stop there, and let me see if there are any questions. No questions. No questions. Wonderful. Okay. So what I want to review in a little bit of detail is diagonal flying. So let's just talk about diagonal flying. So this is going to be the front for me over here. I've been coming back. I'm in a, I've done repulse monkey. I'm in an empty stance on the left leg. So what's going to happen with the footwork is I'm going to shift my weight onto the left, bring the right foot in, open my groin, step behind me, and the right foot opens in the same direction as the left foot, shift my weight forward, close the back foot. I'm finishing in a bow stance. So this is a case where I'm going from an empty stance to a bow stance. One of the things we talked about last week is that if you have trouble getting that wide open, and there's maybe like 0.01% of people on the planet who don't have problems with that, there are ways around it. And so the one I think that we settled on last week is when you step behind you, you don't have to get this back foot all the way to the corner. If you can only step to the straight direction, that's okay, but make sure that when you close your back foot, you end up in a bow stance, because we're going to end in a bow stance. So if your front foot is to the, if your right foot is to the front, your back foot would be to the corner. If I manage to come all the way around in good order, my right foot is to the corner, my front foot will be to the straight. And anywhere in between is fine too. So the reason why we do these exercises is gradually to open our hips so that over time we step wider and wider. Yeah, that works too, Ronald. Yeah, that's another very good one. Yes, Maria, please.
Just want to ask about the footwork when you put your foot down. Is it the heel first? I'm always confused about the footwork.
Yes.
So
yes.
Right, is it heel?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. The way I remember it, Maria, is Um, and there may be exceptions, but generally when we do Tai Chi, it's just like walking. So if you think that if I'm walking, if I'm sort of walking forward, normally it's like heel, ball, toe, heel,
Right.
ball, toe. And if I'm walking backwards, it's toe, ball, heel, toe, ball, heel. And so that's what, so when we do repulse monkey, toe, ball, heel, toe, ball, heel. Here, we're actually going forward. So we're going to step out and go heel, ball, toe, and then the back foot comes around.
Okay, so in general, you follow that, but when you turn, that's when I got a little confused.
That's right. Yes. Now another place, and so one of the things it's particularly for all of us because we know the form and we can start connecting dots. Is this footwork is embraced tiger footwork. In embraced tiger, you're starting in a parallel stance. In this case, you're starting in an empty stance. But if you think about embraced tiger, let me go in the same direction as you would. You're actually pivoting and you're going to step out with the back foot, heel, ball, toe. And here you're actually stepping in such a way that you don't have to close your back foot because you step into a bow stance. The fine tuning thing for embrace tiger that I want to just sort of point out is we actually are going to pick up the heel first, ball, toe, and then step out heel, ball, toe. Because if you think about how you walk, it's always, heel, if your back foot, it's the heel comes off the ball, then the toe, and then you touch heel, ball, toe. Look at the back foot, heel, ball, toe, heel, ball, toe. So when I do my embrace tiger, the front foot, heel, ball, toe, step out, heel, ball, toe. The reason why I'm belaboring this point is it's something which I struggle to do because it makes so much more sense for me to just pivot on my heel, and that's wrong. Don't do that. Okay, so so that's the footwork. And let me say one more thing about so that was the footwork, and I want to finish the footwork and talk about body movement, and then we'll talk about the arms. So so we're here in an empty stance. We've done repulse monkey. You're going to shift all your weight off, turn and step. Now, and I'm pausing here just for effect, but try not to throw your weight over to the right immediately. What you want to do is you want to use your back leg to push your weight forward. And that'll also make the turn easier. When you do the turn, another thing that makes it easier is you can actually turn your body here. You don't have to just move your leg. You can actually open your hips as you step out. That'll give you a bit more flexibility. So as you come around, open your hip to the right to do the turn. You don't have to keep looking to the front, or don't keep looking to the front. That'll make it hard. Last is arm movements. So with the arm movements, so let's just review that. We're going to, as we shift our weight back, we're going to circle the arms, step and close. So when we step out, arms are closed, and then we're going to sweep up. Now, what I want to work on this week with this arm movement is we talked about it a little bit last week, I think. This is actually mostly a waist turn. It's not the arms. It's really not the arm opening. The power is coming from the waist turn. So what we're going to do is, and make a small step. We're going to do it as a 1, 2, 3. So let me just show you what I mean. Let's say I'm going to start here. I'm going to go to here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and then 3 with the arms. So 1 and 2 is just to remind myself that I'm turning my waist. and then 3, I go with the arms. So let's just do that. So yeah, actually I should be going in this direction because that's the front. Okay, so here we go. So we've done repulse monkey. So let's step, don't worry about going too far. So 1, 2, 3. Let's do that again. So close the arms, step out, just the waist. 1, 2, and now the arms. 3. One more time. Step out, close the arms, just the waist. 1, 2, 3. Once you've got a feel for that, it'll help with 2 other common problems. When we do the sweep up with the arms, it's very common that we actually cross the left hand sort of here by the right hand. You want to pull down over the forearm, the left forearm. And when you finish, the left hand is going to be here in front of your hip. And so if you do a waist turn, your left hand isn't going to go very far. I don't have Susan here today, unfortunately, but if you remember how the application worked, let's say I was here, Susan is going to come out and punch here. I'm going to grab her arm with my left hand. So I've got this arm with my left hand, and then I'm going to strike. This hand isn't going to go very far. It's not going to go to here. It's just going to go to here. So it's quite a small movement. And when you finished, the left hand is in front, nice rounded armpit, rounded in front of the hips.
So does the arm actually move after the hip or with the hip?
With.
Okay.
So let me put a fine point on it. What we generally say when we do the form, everything starts and ends at the same time. So you start the movement, everything moves, and then you finish at the same time. But when you actually look at how we do the techniques, and there's the essential principle, which is upper and lower coordinated together. And so the language that goes with that is the energy is rooted in the feet, generated by the legs, distributed through the waist, and manifest in the arms. One impulse, one chi, says the Chinese, from feet to leg to waist to arms. So actually it's like a wave. So the power is actually going from below to on top. But actually when we do it, it looks as if everything is just moving at the same time. So let's Yali, did you have a question?
Yes, JP. So when the right leg step out, is the full body weight still on the left leg, or do you do 70-30?
Okay, so when I show the form, I keep my weight on the left to talk, but actually what you do is as soon as let's say I'm here. Let's say I'm here. As soon as I touch here, I start moving over. So it's continuous. I'm 100% on the left, touch, and then I start moving over. One of the things that I do, because my hips aren't as open as Master Young, you may have noticed, and it's not dreadfully wrong, I've been told, is so essentially the direction I want to step in. So if I'm here, I want to step. So this is the diagonal, right? So this is the 45-degree direction. I want to step into a bow stance here, right? Now, what I do, I can't step out with my foot pointing in that direction. So I step to here, and then I straighten my foot to the direction I want it to go. So when my foot touches the ground, it's actually not quite in the direction I want it. As I start going, I straighten my foot, and then I shift my weight.
I do the same thing, JP. No one
All
does. 180 degree.
Yeah, yeah. And Nancy Lauscher says she does the same thing. So we're in good company. Okay, so let's practice that a couple of times, and then we'll move on. Okay, so this is, so which way am I going to do this? Yeah, so let's say the front is over there. I've done repulse monkey. I'm going to do diagonal flying, and let's do the footwork, the body movements, and the arms. First, the footwork. Shift your weight back. Pick up your right foot, step out, shift your weight gradually over, knee bends as the left foot turns to make a bow stance. Do it again. Now let's think about the arm movements. Shift back weight, circle the arms. As your heel touches, your arms are closed. Shift forward your weight, your body opens, your chest turns your hand. And so here my right arm is in the same direction as my right leg. If my right leg is to the corner, my chest is pretty much to the front. Do that again. We're in empty stance, heel touch, circle the arms, close and step, shift, left forearm, left palm over right forearm, ending posture. Check that your left palm is in front of your right hip. One more thing, actually, that's looking pretty good. Right arm is straight, but not locked. So if you're in this position at the end, your right arm is not locked straight, but it's almost straight. The palm is about face height, and your head is actually raised a little bit, looking over your fingertips. The left palm is here, so relax your left arm. Make it here. You'll find that your left fingertips and your right fingertips are more or less pointing in the same direction. That's looking really nice. So let me watch you do that, and let's see where we are. That's looking really good. Just the one thing that I noticed is when we close, I want to make sure that you have a good close here. So we're going to, we've done repulse monkey, right? So we've done repulse monkey. We're going to close the arms, and then we're going to open. So make sure that you don't short circuit this close. Make sure you've got a good close, elbow over palm, palm in the general area of your elbow, and then open up. Yeah. The other thing, which is this may in fact not be an issue, it may be a camera issue, but try and always remember with that lower hand, the palm is horizontal, so it's not at an angle like this. If you can, it's sitting, and the tiger's mouth, of course, as you would guess, the tiger's mouth is pointing at the forearm center, and your palm is up. Yes, very nice, Ronald. That looks good. That looks good. Last thing. And again, I think you're good because I can't really see. With all of these, there is a lean, right? You're in a forward bow stance, so you're not straight up like this. You're actually leaning in the direction of the forward arm. Now, I think the thing to work on for us is try and smooth it out. So one of the things that's difficult is getting to this point back here and having a continuous movement all the way through and bending the knee continuously as we move through. Good. I think this is looking really good, folks. Yes, very nice, Yali. That's great. That's really nice. And head up, adjust a little bit, looking over your head is actually up. Your head actually tilts. Up a little bit. Very good. Good. So let's continue and let's do the next few movements. So the next movement that we've done raise hands. We've done diagonal flying. So we're going to do raise hands. So let's just do this sequence together, and then we'll unpack what we've done. So we've done diagonal flying. The front is, I'm in the same direction as you, diagonal flying. So raise hands, shift weight forward, bring the back foot in, tap, shifting weight back, open the arms, pick up front foot, heel touch, raise hands. White crane with body turning, rotate the arms, shifting the weight back, pull down with the arms, close the arms, pick up the right foot, turn through 45 degrees, put it down, shift onto the right as you do white crane. Left brush knee, rotate both arms with body turning now, right arm circles down, left arm circles up, close and step, brush and push. Those are all repeat movements. I just wanted to say a few things about raise hands, because this is in a way more of the canonical raise hands than the one we do in the first section. But let's just look at that. So what are we actually doing here in terms of technique? So we're in a bow stance. Let me get into the center line. So I've made myself this bow stance to the corner. I want to go to an empty stance. I shift my weight forward, pick up my back foot, put it down. You can see my feet look like they're slightly crossed, but when I pivot on my ball, I release my front foot and I step into a heel touch. So let me do it in this direction. So we're here in a bow stance. I want to line up with the center line. Shift my weight forward, tap with the back foot. Now, as I shift my weight back, I can pivot on the heel, pick it up and put it down, and it's center line, two sides, heel touch. This is the fundamental that we're doing here is we are changing from a bow stance to an empty stance. And so I just want to highlight this so that when you go through the form, you think about how many ways do we have to go from a bow stance to an empty stance. So for example, let's say we are in a left bow stance, and so this is at the beginning of the form, we've done left brush knee, we're going to do hand strum loop. I bring the back foot in so that it's center line, two sides, push with the ball of my foot and change to the heel. So that's a way we do a transition, right? So I'm in a left bow stance, bring the back foot in, push with the ball, change to the heel. Later on in the second section, if I want to end up with a ball touch, when I do needle at C bottom, I push with the heel, right? So here we're doing, let's say we're in the second section, which we'll do this next week. Bring the back foot in, center line, two sides. Now I'm going to push off with the heel, pick up my foot, change to the ball. In this case, with diagonal flying, we're doing things at an angle. And so what I want to show you is, so let's say we are here, right? So I'm in a bow. So let's say I'm in a bow stance. I'm going to bring my back foot forward, but you can see my back foot is slightly across this line, because when I shift my weight back and pivot on the ball of my foot, I'm now able to bring my back foot onto this center line. That's why it looks as if we're slightly crossed. If you are, for example, let's say the way you do diagonal flying is you end up just doing it to the straight direction rather than to the corner. And actually, let's just put this here. So when I bring my back foot in this case, I'll just bring it in center line, two sides, because I'm going to push off with the ball, touch with the heel. So you can see I'm center line, two sides here. Again, so if I'm here, shift weight forward, bring the back foot in, push with the ball, change to the heel. What I want to do, actually, let me just check. Is that good? Any questions about that? What I'd like us to do now is just to do the footwork. And I'm going to show you that we can actually go round and round in circles and do this 1,000 times. We're going to start with the repulse monkey. Don't worry about the arm movements. We're going to do repulse monkey, diagonal flying, raise hands, white crane, um, uh, brush knee, and then we're going to go into the repulse monkey footwork again. It sounds complicated, it's very simple. So we've done repulse monkey, okay? So forget about the arms. You can do the arms if you want. So we're going to do diagonal flying. So step out from an empty stance to a bow stance. So now you're in a bow stance. You're going to go into an empty stance, shift your weight forward, bring the back foot in, push off with the ball, touch with the heel. You're now in an empty stance, heel touch. We're going to do white crane. Shift your weight back, pick up the front foot, just put the heel down again, shift over, and now you're in an empty stance with a ball touch. This is white crane. We're going to go into bow stance, pick up the front foot, wider. Now you're in a bow stance. Let's go back into that empty stance for repulse monkey. So open the left toe, step through heel touch. So now we're back into this position where we were in repulse monkey. So let's do the same thing again. Going to diagonal flying footwork, step out, behind us, going into a bow stance. Go into an empty stance, bring the back foot in, tap, step, push with the ball, shift the weight back, pick up the heel, heel touch, empty stance. We're going to change direction through 90 degrees, pick up the right foot, put it down, turn 45 degrees, shift your weight onto the right, ball touch. Going from empty stance to a bow stance, pick up left foot, step it wider. Now we're in a bow stance. Open the left toe and step through in an empty stance, heel touch again. And so now, you know, we've gone through it twice. You can just go round and round and round. The other thing, which I'm not going to do today, is you can do it on the other side, right? You could do the mirror version of this if you want to practice the other side of your body, but we're not going to do that today. The other thing I want to focus on with raised hands is the weight shift. So let's do, we're in diagonal flying here. So you're going to shift your weight forward and feel a slight reach with the right hand as your weight goes onto the right foot. Bring the left foot in. Now shift your weight back as the arms open. Change footwork, and as your weight comes forward, the arms close. So this is an yin and yang. We're going to go forward and back and forward. Let's just do that again. So we're in our diagonal flying. Yield forward your weight. Bring the back foot in. Pushing with the ball. Change footwork. Open the arms. Heel touch. Now shift forward your weight. Arms close. Let me face you. You can do it whatever direction you like, but I want to just show you a few more things. So here we are. So I don't, this is not an exaggerated movement, but it's just a slight reach here because you're going forward. Bring the back foot in. Now you're going to go back as the arms open. Heel touch, forward as the arms close. Again. So here, yield forward, arms open. Heel touch, arms close. Great. Next thing, we want to just do a little bit of work on the arms closing with body turning. So so the first thing we're going to practice is just this movement. So, you know, we're starting here, the arms open and then the arms close. And what I want you to think about is it's not, imagine there's a camera in the roof, which there isn't, so I'll bend over. You're not doing this. The arms are not flapping side to side. The arms are going back and coming forward. So they're actually making a circle here. So they're going back, circling in. So it goes out and almost like a teardrop shape comes in. So it's this movement. So I want you to feel, it's like swimming, I imagine. You know, imagine your breaststroke, right? It's this kind of movement. when we, so the final position of the arms, let's just check that. So we start with the arms out, rotate, so your arms are horizontal like this, sit. So the wrists have a slight sit in them. They're going to tilt inward slightly. Now they're going to offset, and one goes up and one goes down. So you can see that I'm going to, I start here, sit, offset vertically, but to get the right relationship of the lower hand and the upper hand, I have to turn my waist. So actually it's a waist turn at the end. So the arms are going to open, but at the end here, when your arms close, you're going to turn your waist. So the arms open, turn the waist to close.
So the circle's in the horizontal plane, not the vertical?
Horizontal plane.
Okay.
Yep. Yes. Now, it's not 100% the horizontal plane, right? Because you start with one arm up, one arm down. They sort of become, but the right hand is always slightly higher because you're going to end up with the right hand higher than the left. So the right hand is always slightly higher. If you think about it, when we did raise hands with in the first section, so raise hands here in the first section, I said right hand, yeah. So here, as you come to this position, the right hand is slightly higher than the left, and then you close. It's fundamentally the same movement here. So let's just do this movement. So I want what I'd like us to do, and I won't be mirroring. So you're going to open, close, and turn the waist so that you end with the left hand behind the right. So let's start again here. So open, close, and then turn the waist so that you end with your hands offset. So open, now close and turn the waist. So you see my hips shouldn't be turning much. It's actually my waist is turning to give me this movement. Yes. One of the reasons that we do the practice in the chair is when we do this movement, we don't want to move our hips, because if we move our hips and we're not careful, we're going to torque our knees. So actually, we want to keep the hips stable, because remember, you're in an empty stance here, locking your hips in, and you're just going to turn the waist. Now that takes some work, and so that's why we do a little bit of waist loosening every week, so that you have this flexibility to do this closing movement. So what I'd like to do now is just watch you do raise hands. So start in diagonal flying and do raise hands a couple of times. Let me just see if there's anything I missed. Okay, and stop. So Ronald, I think I misled you. So I'm seeing quite a lot of movement with your right hand. There isn't very much, it doesn't go backwards and forwards. So what the right hand is doing, and imagine there's a camera in the roof, in the ceiling, it goes like this and like this. So it opens and close. So it's just an open and a close. And when you're looking at it in the horizontal plane, it's open and close. So it's not going up or down. It's just here. Yeah. Yes. Yali.
JP, I just wanted to confirm. It seems to me if I root my right leg first and I'm more stable, and then I can, do the waist thing better.
You got it. Yeah.
Okay.
So just to echo what you said, and let me do it in this direction. So you're going to open, you're going to start closing, then you're going to root here. And then once you've rooted, this happens. So it looks a bit like, let's see. Yeah, let me go in this direction. Yeah, no, I'll go in this direction. So I'm here, shift forward, open. Now as I start coming, as I pick up my foot, my arms are beginning to close, but really when I root, they're in this position. And then I'm going to do this. And the way you can get Tony to check whether you're doing it right is get him to look at your right foot. So here, when you're in this position, when you close, you're going to root with the right foot, and as you root, you'll see that the tip of the foot comes down slightly. It doesn't go flat, but as you root, you'll see the foot moving. So you start here, let's say here, root. Yes, 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 yes. Very nice. So let's do those movements. From diagonal flying, we'll do raise hands, wide crane, brush knee, and let's just do that a few times, and then we'll stop. So that's the front for me. We've done diagonal flying. Raise hand, shift forward, weight. As you shift your weight back, arms start opening, arms start closing, root, finish close with a waist turn. Wide crane with body turning, rotate the arms. Shift your weight back, both arms circle down, close the arms, change footwork, root when the arms are closed, then shift your weight over to the right, white crane. Now with body turning, rotate both arms. Now circle the arms, one up, one down, close and step, brush and push. Let's do that again. We're in diagonal flying. Shift weight forward, tap step, shift weight back, arms open. Change footwork as the arms close with weight turning, close the arms. Wide crane with body turning, rotate both palms. Shifting your weight back, arms circle and close, pick up the right foot, change footwork direction 45 degrees, shift to the right, and white crane. Left brush knee, rotate both arms, circle down. As you close, step out, brush and push. And you're in left brush knee, ready to do needle at C bottom, fan through the back, turn body, chop, and we'll do some of those next week. 同学们，再见。